Conservative Rick Wilson, who of course is a political commentator, he is one of the co-founders of the Lincoln Project, but he's been writing a lot on Substack recently. And he actually had an article this week that I found really insightful. And I thought he put forth a good idea. I don't necessarily agree with some of the phrasing he used because it got a little bit violent, but what he talked about is, of course, the lawlessness of the Trump administration and how all of the people engaging in this activity that the courts continue to strike down and then the administration continues to defy the court orders. Trump is protecting everybody from this for now. And of course, people are afraid to really go after all these Trump people doing this stuff because they're afraid of Trump himself. But Wilson pointed out, Trump's not going to be around forever. In fact, he's going to be gone based on his health sooner rather than later. And what happens then, MAGA? What happens to his supporters out there that, they're turning a blind eye to the things you do? What happens to the people in this administration that are getting away with it? When Trump is gone, there's nobody left to protect you from justice finally coming for you. Here's what Wilson wrote. Let this be a clear warning to those who would enable an assault on 250 years of American liberty. You will not reign forever. Your dear leader will be dead sooner than you imagine, given his failing health and corroded mind. Donald Trump and his claque of passant authoritarians have switched from wannabe to gonna be, itching to turn the United States military into their personal palace guard, their political police force, their Praetorian Guard for the 1,000-year Trump Reich. The lawful power of the people will be used to deliver decisive, agonizing consequences. Legal, political, economic, and social punishments are the only warning that will work. Those who betrayed this nation will be tried and handed punishments so severe that generations to come will remember that America is, by its very DNA, engineered to destroy tyranny. And he goes on to say, I mean this for everyone from Donald Trump and Stephen Miller down to the masked ICE goons violating the rights of American citizens. They can live their remaining days in an 8x8 cell. I think this is such a good point because Donald Trump turns 80 years old next year. And even though, as both the president of the United States and a billionaire, he has access to the best possible healthcare on the planet, right? Let's make no mistake about that. They will keep him going in that husk as long as they possibly can, as long as his money will buy. So he's gonna live as long as he possibly can. But human beings cannot live forever, especially with health like Donald Trump. There is only so much medicine can do. I mean, look at Dick Cheney. That guy's still alive. He's on like his fourth heart at this point. So maybe the same thing happens to Donald Trump. Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe his dementia, which I think honestly is the worst of all his health problems, that's going to be the one that hurts MAGA the most. To watch this man, which we're doing already in real time, completely lose his mind, lose his sense of self, not know who he is anymore. And at that point, all of these crimes that this administration has committed, all of the outrage that they have caused, you're not going to have this great con man, Donald Trump, able to come out and save you anymore. And that's the part that MAGA doesn't understand. This person that you have put up on the pedestal, when he loses his mind completely, he won't even remember he was ever on a pedestal. Then you look like a bunch of idiots. You look foolish. You have nobody to cling to, nobody to project your own identity onto. Then what? You're left back down here in reality with the rest of us. And maybe some of you realize your mistakes of your idol worshiping. Maybe some of you don't. Maybe some of you physically, mentally can't recover from watching this happen to Donald Trump. But the members of the administration, the ones that have defied the court orders, the ICE goons out there, and hell, maybe even National Guard, possibly military, those people that were just following orders, having a president with full-blown dementia giving you those orders, that's not going to be a very good defense in court. You guys will be the ones that eventually pay the price. Trump will not. Trump will live to the ripest old age that he possibly can. He just will have no idea who or what he ever was. And when that point happens, right? Because Wilson's talking about when Trump is gone from the world. I don't even think we have to wait that long. I think a year or two from now, Trump's mind is completely gone. And I look back at Ronald Reagan in his later years, obviously well after he left the White House, he didn't remember he was president. Ronald Reagan, by the time he died, did not know he had been president of the United States for 8 years. And he was way younger than Trump. Trump will get there sooner rather than later. And when he does, when his mind is totally gone, that great orator, that great con man that keeps these people in line, that keeps them safe and protected, they lose that. And at that point, justice arrives. And there is nowhere this administration will be able to hide from the justice system here in the United States. Thanks for watching, everyone. You know, we're inching closer and closer to 1 million subscribers, and we're